A plea to be let out of prison. Convicted rapist Duayne Peters appearing before Superior Court Judge Arthur Bersinas today. Peters is serving a 30-year prison sentence after being convicted of raping a girl who was living with him. The court hearing today was set to hear arguments for a motion for Peters to be let out on bail until after justices in the Superior Court rule on his appeal. Peters, who was convicted of multiple counts of first and second-degree criminal sexual conduct, is fighting his case. Defense noting in court documents that prior to trial, Peters was out on electronic monitoring and house arrest, and he did not have any pretrial release violations. Defense also sharing Peters' background with the court, stating in the motion that he is a veteran who served his country in the important work as the crew chief of an Apache helicopter. Defense stating this is his only conviction, adding that there is no risk that Peters would fail to show up to his court hearings. But prosecution today told the court they had yet to receive a copy of the motion. The court instead giving prosecutors 2 weeks to file a response and set another hearing for October 17th. Outside of the courtroom,
your client is actually the face of this month's billboards for the AGs. How do you feel about that?
You should probably ask the people.
Defense attorney Josh Walsh declined to discuss the Attorney General's new billboard campaign that now has his client's face on it. Walsh instead focused on what happened during today's hearing as he waits for the government's response to their bail motion. Meantime, AG Doug Moylan discussed the new signage.
We're into the third month of the program, and we're focusing upon the pedophiles. Convicts, getting out in the community, sending a deterrent message to anyone that's thinking about that, showing what the judges are doing and our juries by convicting these people, and then making people aware this is the consequence to bad actions.
The sign's message is clear for all to see at major intersections.
It's effective, it's cheap, and it reduces crime victims and puts the onus on our community that we don't want you to be a criminal and to stop further criminals. So it should save money with our police department not having to hire more officers, for our judiciary to not have to hire more judges or have more trials, as well as especially the Attorney General's office. So I'm looking at prosecutors, paralegals, investigators, support staff, legal secretaries, things like that. So I think that in a long-term picture, I see this as a win for the government of Guam, the taxpayers, and the crime victims.
The AG saying each digital sign comes at a cost of $800 a month and $640 each time they change out one of the billboard images. Moylan adds the billboards alone cost about $1,600 each to build. It's an effort he again contends is worth continuing throughout his time in office.
People complaining that they were victims, they knew victims of sex crimes, and pedophilia is one of the most egregious and horrific types of crimes that can occur because the scarring that occurs to the child is throughout life. And also the studies have shown that pedophiles have a very low likelihood of being reformed. So I've taken the position that pedophiles should be life imprisonment without possibility of parole. I think the danger of letting a pedophile out in our community and the ability to fix what they've done is almost it's unimaginable. And I think that the community has to understand that this is not acceptable, that the AG's office, this AG will go after them with our team of prosecutors, the Guam Police Department, our juries, and our judges as well.
Julianne Hernandez, KUAM News.